This is East Coast Speedway TV. We are in the pits at Champion Speedway. Got something a little unusual. We've got some cycle speedway bikes, and pioneers of the sport in the USA is Ron Fletcher. How did you get it? How did this all start?
Yeah, with the bicycles, I was on the internet and messing around on Facebook, and I saw a posting for a cycle speedway bike, and I'm like, hey, that looks like an old English racer. Wow, what a coincidence. So and then I started getting into that, and as a kid, when I was 13, I started racing BMX, and I raced BMX for 5 years. So I have racing in my blood.
Excellent.
So now at 52, I'm getting back into racing.
Yeah, cycle speedway is a little bit different. For those of you who don't know what cycle speedway is, it's a form of cycle racing that is popular in Australia, mainland Europe and the UK, and it takes the form of motorcycle speedway. Races are competed over 4 laps, and the points are 4, 3, 2, 1, unlike speedway, which is 3, 2, 1. The bikes are custom made, and they have no brakes, and they have, again, just like speedway, they have no gears. Each gear is probably adapted to the track as well. So what is your hopes for cycle speedway in the USA?
Well, I had such a great time as a kid racing BMX. I would like to see this cycle speedway coming about as a pastime for kids with their mountain bikes, with their old BMX bikes, with cruisers, whatever. Yeah, just get out there and get off those stinking video games and start riding your bikes. Get in shape, man.
Yeah. I used to race cycle speedway in the UK for the Leicester Monarchs, and I've heard that there's a British man over in Minnesota who owns a distillery, and he's actually building a cycle speedway track. What do you think that means for the future of cycle speedway?
Well, I've heard of some other tracks being built in Arizona, North Carolina, Minnesota. It's still an awful long drive, but the more people that get interested in this and start putting up tracks, the easier it'll be for people to get involved.
So welcome to the explosive world of cycle speedway, and the rider they all have to beat today is this man standing with me now, Mr. Lee Harris from the Wensfield Aces Clubs in the West Midlands, and he has been on the rostrum 7 times, he's been in 14 finals, and he's won 4 of them. Lee, well, there's a big build-up, but I just want you to tell me a little bit about the sport. Where did it originally come from? It's been going 60 years now.
Well, I've seen the black and white videos all from the old bomb sites from World War II, so I guess when people copying speedway around the bomb sites, I believe that's where it's all originated from.
And of course we've moved on a long way now, and tell us about today's tracks.
Well, today you got tracks all up and down the country, including Scotland, Wales as well, so there's tracks approximately everywhere in the UK. And the good arenas like today, you've got all the facilities. And the beauty about cycle speedway is one day you've got a kid who's on the streets, and next couple of weeks later he could be performing cycle speedway for his local town. So it's a good sport.
12 months ago in this very event, the man standing with me now was crowned champion. Mark Bowler from the Horsepath Hammers Club in Oxford, and he's been in 5 finals. He won last year's. Mark, what's it going to take for you to win this trophy again today, do you reckon?
It's going to be 5 consistent rides. Hopefully I can put 5 rides together with no exclusions, no silly mistakes. Hopefully I'll be there or thereabouts come the end of the day.
Well, with me we've got Phil Howells, twice British champion, and I'm going to ask him what he thinks the similarities are with Speedway and what are the differences. First of all, Phil, the similarities?
They're very similar. It's 4 riders, 4 laps. The only difference is one has an engine, and we're obviously pedal power.
Well, that means you've got to pedal it. So what do you think would make the perfect cycle speedway rider if you're looking at those 2 sports together?
I think if you put maybe Chris Hoy together with Jason Crump, you've probably got the perfect cycle speedway rider.
Is that you?
I would like to think so, yes.
When it comes to the British finals, nobody has been in more than this man with me now, Mr. Steve Harris from the Horsepath Hammers Club. believe it or not, his 22nd final. You have to go back to the mid-80s before you find a final that Steve didn't appear in, and he's with me now. Steve, tell me just a little bit about the techniques of Cycle Speedway, the starting, for example. It's a pretty crucial part of the race.
Well, starting obviously is as crucial, as you'll see, that almost in every case, well, probably 75% of the races are won by the person who makes it clean around the first corner and away. So obviously it's ultimate concentration for 2 to 5 seconds until the tapes go up. From there it's maximum power and maximum effort to try and get to the first corner first. However, obviously starting in the inside, grid 1 is an advantage. Everybody's going to start today 1 or 2 times from there, but all the other positions as well. When you're on the outside, you've got to maximise your points you can from the outside gate. So sometimes a clever pullback or something might give you a better position.